This is a press event to serve two purposes. One, to release the latest data on our third annual chronic absenteeism report, and second, to talk about an important bill sponsored by Assemblywoman Huttle, A-2352. Chronic absenteeism involves individual students who miss too much school, 18 days a year of school or more. Those numbers don't show up in the average daily attendance. You really need to look at who those students are and what is keeping them out of school.
So yes, about 8,000 fewer students were chronically absent across the state of New Jersey between the 2014-15 and 15-16 school years. And that's a decline from 10.3% to 9.7%. That may not seem like a lot, but that is a substantial number of students who are now regularly attending. We also took a look at districts that have 10% or higher chronic absenteeism within their district, and the number of districts that have high absenteeism has declined as well, from about 216 to 192 school districts. That's still a lot of school districts, but it shows that districts are making progress and can make progress on this issue.
So in crafting the legislation, one of the things we were mindful of is that the reasons students miss school can be complex. It's easy to jump to conclusions, but oftentimes it's not simply because they're not interested in school. They may be dealing with unstable home life or a lack of transportation, which is another issue. There's so many issues that we could try to be mindful of, or other limited means that interfere with their attendance. This introduction of legislation would require a public school to convene a chronic absenteeism coalition in the event that 10% or more of the students enrolled are chronically absent, which we defined as 10% or more of the days in a school. And that coalition would consist of the parent, a school member, a nurse. I see the nurses here today also are stakeholders, and I thank you for that. So having a coalition of people who can step in and get to the root of the problems that can help cut down school absences and keep students on the right track.
No education reform initiative is ever going to be successful if kids aren't attending school. The bill recognizes in a non-punitive way, first, the strong link between student attendance and student outcomes. It plays a critical role in improving attendance through a thoughtful and intentional way of addressing the issue. Third, having parents who understand and are part of the process can be true partners in improving attendance. So while we recognize that schools cannot and should not control all the reasons why students miss too much school, when 10% or more of students are missing too much school, this bill makes it clear that it's time for them to work with their families and their community to think, plan, and do things differently.